Welcome. I was inspired by whoever created these cookies, whoever this person is on this Facebook page. I was inspired. I'm having the worst Easter I have probably ever had. And so, thank you for this cookie artist for inspiring me because now we're going to create a very simple, beautiful egg design. And I luckily have an egg-shaped stone to paint on, and we're going to start off with some red and some orange. You choose which colors you want to use. I will list the colors that I've used in the description of the video like I always do. If you hear traffic and noise, that's because I've moved. And there's a lot of noise coming through my window and the sound of traffic and lots of ambulances and sirens in this area, unfortunately, where I am. I'm not staying in this area, but this is where I am for now. Anyway, me and my little guy. So, happy Easter to those of you who celebrate. Like I said, my Easter's a little different this year. Not the best. I'm used to having family around. I'm used to making like a big Easter dinner and stuff like that, and fun Easter stuff, but it was just very different this year. I'm still blessed. I'm still thankful, and I'm painting with you guys right now because of it. So, you know what? One door closes, another one opens. So, I'm using a very dark berry wine, which I showed you, but I didn't say it. So, I'm starting off doing like a border of berry wine. And then I'm going to go in and use a finger sponge. You know how I love my finger sponges. I'm going to go in with this big finger sponge, a finger sponge. And I'm going to use the cardinal red. You use whatever red you want to use. And then I'm going to slowly work in a little bit of orange. So it kind of looks like the rock has like a glow from the center. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. I don't know if I will succeed, but we're going to try, ladies and gentlemen. There are a few gentlemen that watch my channel. So welcome, gentlemen, and welcome if you're new here. My name is Rachel, and I paint rocks, as you can see. These are beautiful Lake Superior stones. Sometimes I'm lucky enough to paint on gorgeous, sparkling Santorini stones. But today this is a Lake Superior. It's beautiful. So we're still going to show it off somewhat. We're not going to cover the whole thing. That's why I'm doing a border right now with the berry wine. Just doing a border. So that's what I've got so far. I'm just laying it on a piece of vinyl because I don't want to get my desk covered in paint. I don't have the same setup as I normally do because this is temporary. So I am going to dab with my big old hand there and try and get rid of any brush strokes that I have. I want kind of like a nice smooth background. And I'm going to slowly add in the brighter red, which is the cardinal red, and it's all going to be blended together. Sometimes it's easier when you're working on a bigger surface like this. There's that brighter red. Just had to show you that. You know how I love these finger sponges. Yeah. So sometimes it's easier when you are sponging on a larger surface like this. I think this is probably about 6 inches. It's sometimes easier to use a bigger sponge than these little finger sponges because then, it takes longer, right? But I can't find mine. So I'm using a finger sponge. It's okay. Be patient. It'll happen. It's going slowly, but it will happen. Now I am using a lighter colored stone, like it's almost white. Okay, so I didn't use a white base underneath. If you have a dark stone, you can just do, I'd probably do a couple of coats of matte white acrylic paint, and then when it's dry, super dry, make sure it's dry, then you start where I started with the red. But other than that, depending on the surface that you're painting on, this rock is going to darken a little bit when I resin it. So it is going to dim the light in this a little bit, but not too much. Not so much that I'm going to be like, no, I'm not going to cry about it. But if I wanted to, I will. Because that's just the way it is. For those of you who have been here for a while, I want to thank you. And there has been a lot of people who have donated through PayPal, which you would not believe how much is needed right now. I'm trying to save up for first and last month's rent so that I can move the heck out of where I am right now, which is basically student housing. So there are students that are loud during the day and at night, and it's a struggle for my little guy to sleep. And luckily it's quiet right now so I can record my tutorial, but it's not going to be quiet for long. So I'm desperately searching for a place to hang my hat, so to speak, for Jax and I to settle in and get him, settled back into either a school that he used to go to or the school that he's still in. But there's been busing arrangements and stuff, so it's really stressful right now, but I won't bore you with that anymore. So as you can see, I lightened the center with orange, so it looks kind of like there's a glow in this Easter egg. It's not a cookie, but I'm hoping it's not going to be as beautiful as those sugar cookies or those beautiful cookies with the royal icing. I'm not going to make mine nearly as beautiful, but this is going to be a very simple thing. This is going to be one everybody can do. So, get out your paints. Don't feel scared. This is not going to be a difficult painting. That's what I love about it. A lot of people get scared. They're like, oh no, this looks too much, too difficult. This one's super easy. Anybody can do this. And you could even do this on little eggs. Like if you wanted to paint Easter eggs with your family, might be a little late. I'm sorry. Life's a little different this year. And unfortunately, my career is showing it. So I apologize for all of that, and thank you so much for everyone who's donated to me. It's being put to good use. It's being saved for first and last. I took my little buddy to see the new Mario movie for Easter. He really liked that. And his favorite, New York fries, which is just a restaurant here in Canada. I'm in Canada, eh? Yeah, it's just a restaurant. They're not actually fries from New York, but I'm sure the fries in New York are amazing. So I have done some lime green stalks here and there, some stems, some curlicues, some grass, and now I'm going in with some gold dots. I'm going to be filling in those gold dots with some white later on just to brighten them up. But until then, they're going to dry as little gold, kind of like little gold sparkles. So this is what it's looking like right now. I'm going to go in with using dotting tools and stuff today. It's going to be super simple. I'm just going to get some moon yellow. And once again, I list my colors in the description if you are unsure. So don't worry about that. If I'm going too fast for you, you can definitely slow down your video here on YouTube on your end. But I warn you, I sound like a drunk monster. Sorry, kids. Be afraid. Be very afraid. So if you slow it down, just mute me. Nightmares for days after I heard myself. But yeah, or you can pause me and I will be right there when you hit the play button again. If you need to take your time and I'm going too fast for you, you control this. You control me. How about that? And I'm free. So I've gone in and I've done like a cute little, I don't know, like a little lavender flower. It's lavender colored, but these are just dots and stuff. And these, I don't know what these are called. Somebody tell me in the comments and I'll remember it. Swoops, are they swoops? But you start with like a big glob of paint and you just kind of drag it out to a point, and then you got like a cute little flower, you know. So that's cute. I'm using a nice light blue, lavender, yellow. So far, I'm using all bright, springy, Eastery colors on top of this beautiful glowing red. And now I'm going to give it some leaves, still using that same bright lime green. Make sure you can't see through it. Do 2 coats if you have to with the green on top of that red. You don't want to see through it. Now, you can't see this magenta very well, but it is magenta. It's like a lighter pink, or like a dark pink. That's what I'm going to call it. But it's lighter than the red, so you will be able to see it better once it's been resined. I'll be able to show it off a little bit better. But literally dots around that circle of moon yellow. And I'm doing the same thing over here. I'm using pumpkin colored, pure pumpkin, bright orange. And while these dots are drying, I hate to break it to you, but I like gold. So I will be bringing the gold back out again and outlining all sorts of stuff. And I'm really sorry, but I probably made it hard for you guys. You can start with the gold first. Sometimes it's easier. I'll explain that a little bit later. But me, I like to change my mind midway through and then make things difficult for myself. Welcome to my world. But yeah, these weird looking things on the sides, I just kind of took my paintbrush and dabbed some dots along the sides. I'm going to do it again on the left. I'm just adding leaves, you know, foliage where I can, just to kind of fill in the space a little bit. And I will be outlining the grass and stuff with gold and like a darker classic green, which I'll show you a little bit later. But we'll see. You'll see it. I'm not going to hide anything from you. Actually, I think I did hide something from you. Oh no, I did. It's those 2 flowers, those 2 little ones that you see at the bottom, the purple one and the orange one. I forgot to tell you that I lost that in the editing room. But I didn't want to lie to you, so I created those cute little flowers at the bottom. They're just kind of there. There's no stems or anything. They're just kind of there, filling in space. But I didn't want you to think that I was trying to hide it. But it got cut in the editing room. But they're there now. So you decide if you want them there or not. I'm outlining everything in gold. I've put gold dots in the center of those little lavender flowers. One way to aggravate yourself is to try and outline those flowers that you see, the orange and the magenta and the purple, and I'm going to be outlining that. There's an easier way to do that, which is to start off with gold dots, and then when the gold dots are dry, you put the colored dots in. It's way smarter. You could even do that with the swoops. But I'm doing it the difficult way, and that's because you guys always like to see me line my stuff with gold. I'm lying. I should have done it the other way, but I decided to change my mind midway through. So I have started outlining the flowers carefully with my fine lining brush. Tutorials in the description. And then I'm taking a small dotting tool and dotting around the center of the yellow. And then I'm just going to draw a line. That's the best way I can do it, but trust me, it's easier to start with gold dots first, let the gold dots dry, then put the colored dots in, and go from there. I don't know why my accent keeps changing today. I think I'm just loopy. I have way too much time on my hands now. In the midst of my separation slash divorce, way too much time that I've been spending like doing my taxes, like looking through all the stuff I need to do for my taxes. And, there's a lot of weird stuff you gotta do when you become single. Tell me in the comments if you understand. There, I'm putting white dots on top of the gold, but I still want to see the gold. But see, that's what you should have done with the flowers too. Started with gold, color after. I might add some crystals a little later after I resin it, let it dry for about 6 hours, and then stick the crystals on to where all those white bits are. And that way it'll sparkle. You won't lose any of the facets of the sparkle under the resin. But I don't know. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do that. For now, I do want to give it a little bit of a shimmer. So this is nail powder. It's like a chrome powder. And I'm using like a little brush. Wait till it's dry to do this, guys. Don't mess around with wet dots. Don't do that to yourself. You'll make a mess. So this is pretty much dry, but I'm still being impatient. But I'm just dabbing on the glitter or nail powder or chrome powder or mirror powder. There's all different names for it. I'm going to leave that in the description. I'm just putting it on dry. Just dashing it on there. When I resin it, it's probably going to move around a little bit. And that's okay. I don't mind if the whole thing kind of glitters a little bit. I don't want it to be too much. So I'm just kind of dusting this fairy dust onto it, giving it a little bit of magic. And then when I resin it, it'll look really pretty. It'll shimmer. I can hear the very talented neighbors downstairs, the students. They're very talented, by the way. They play saxophone all hours. And I think they might be musicians. They're like doing some songs down there and stuff. I don't know if it's a TikTok thing or I don't know. Very talented neighbors. I'd love to jam with them sometime. Anyway, while I'm letting everything kind of settle, all that shimmer that we just put on, I'm giving it a quick extra outline of gold and then a quick outline of black. I'm going to see if there's anything that I can share with you at my desk before I show you the resin copy of this. You guys gonna be here when I get back? I might add crystals like I said, but that'll be after. See you soon. All right, so I don't have very much at my desk. But this is a Hamza or Hamza, however you like to pronounce them. I create my own, do whatever the heck I want on them. This one has a beautiful lotus, sparkling holographic lotus with a peace sign and some growth from some leaves and a lot of sparkle, a lot of color, some dots. It's a heavy one. It's a big one. It doesn't want to sit here properly. But yeah, this one's nice. This one makes me happy, makes me think of rebirth, growth, strength, glitter. What else? I don't know. But yeah, this is the only thing I have to show you at my desk because everything else is a future tutorial. This one's a future tutorial. I can't show you what we're going to do with it, but it's just going to be simple and cute. Yeah, let's look at the real thing now. Ooh, I am liking this shiny. It's gorgeous. You can see just that little bit of glitter. You can see a little bit of that Lake Superior stone trying to shine through that paint. I don't mind at all. Why not? Let it shine. This was simple, easy, fun. You can do it with your kids. You can do it on eggs. You can do it on wood. You can do it on rocks. You can do it on whatever you want, as long as you keep painting. Hit the like button, guys. I love you. Thank you for always being here. When I come back, I have more coming. I will see you soon. Bye.